I never thought the person I loved most would look me in the eyes and somehow turn my reality upside down, making me feel like I was the villain in the story of my own life. For so long, I trusted my wife completely. I believed we were strong. People around us called us the stable couple, the ones who would last forever, the example others pointed to when they wanted to believe in something real. We had history. We had memories. We had stupid little rituals that only meant something to us. We had plans for the future, dreams we talked about late at night, and moments that made me believe we could survive anything. And because I believed in all of that, I gave everything I could. I worked hard. I supported her. I tried to show up emotionally, mentally, physically. I loved her in the most honest way I knew how. But somewhere along the way, something changed. And the worst part is, I still don't know when it truly started. It wasn't sudden. It didn't explode. It crept in slowly, quietly, like a shadow stretching over everything we had, until I woke up one day and realized the warmth was gone. At first it was small shifts. She seemed tired all the time, more distracted, more busy, more excuses to not talk, to not connect, to not be present. She laughed less with me, but somehow her phone always seemed to have her full attention. That phone became like a wall between us. Always with her. Always locked. Screen always face down. Notifications disappearing fast. Conversations closed instantly, like I wasn't supposed to exist in that part of her world anymore. Whenever I asked if something was wrong, she reacted like I was annoying. Like I was the problem just because I cared enough to notice. She told me I was overthinking, that I needed to relax, that I should trust her more. And because I loved her, I did. I tried to silence the thoughts. I tried to tell myself I was paranoid, but the feeling wouldn't go away. It lived in my chest like a weight. It followed me to work. It sat with me when I tried to sleep. I didn't feel like her husband anymore. I felt like a guest in my own life. Like I was standing outside watching someone else take my place. Eventually, there was a moment. Not some dramatic discovery, not a confession. Just something small, something subtle, but powerful enough to confirm what my heart already knew. Suddenly everything made sense. The distance, the distractions, the coldness. And it hurt in a way I can't fully explain. Not just because there may have been someone else in her life, but because she didn't even seem afraid to lose me. She didn't even seem sorry that something inside me had broken. I finally confronted her. No shouting. No accusations. No dramatic scene. I didn't want a fight. I wanted honesty. I wanted to hear the truth from the person I gave my life to. She didn't cry. She didn't panic. She didn't apologize. Instead, she looked irritated. Like my pain was an inconvenience. Like me still caring was somehow embarrassing for her. And then she said it. The sentence that shattered whatever was left in me. If I looked somewhere else, it's because you weren't enough emotionally. Just like that. Calm. Cold. Casual. like it was logical, like it was my fault. She said I wasn't supportive enough, that I wasn't attentive enough, that I didn't feel like a partner anymore. She said I should have tried harder, that I pushed her into it, that if I had been better, none of this would have happened. And here's the worst part. For a moment, I believed her. I actually sat there questioning myself. Maybe I failed her. Maybe I wasn't good enough. Maybe I deserved this pain. That's what emotional manipulation does to you. It doesn't just hurt you. It convinces you that you deserve to be hurt. It rewires your mind to turn your own love against you. But eventually, something inside me snapped back into place. Something quiet. Something tired. Something done. I realized that if someone breaks your trust and then tries to convince you that it's your fault, you were never really their partner. You were their safety net, their backup plan. Someone they assumed would always stay, no matter how deeply they cut you. So I stood up. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I didn't chase. I walked away. Not out of anger, but out of self-respect. You'd think that would be the end of it. But that's when everyone else suddenly decided they knew my life better than I did. You gave up too easily. You should have forgiven her. Relationships take work. People love talking about forgiveness when it's not their heart that's bleeding. People love preaching loyalty when it isn't their trust that's been destroyed. And now I'm alone. Standing in the silence she left behind. Trying to rebuild myself from the pieces of who I used to be. Some days I feel strong. Some days I feel completely shattered. Some nights I miss the comfort of the version of her I thought was real, and then I remember the truth. It hurts. God, it hurts. But at least now, the pain is honest. At least now the silence isn't full of lies. At least now the healing is real. I don't hate her. I just finally understand that loving someone doesn't mean destroying yourself to keep them comfortable. And maybe one day I'll look back and thank myself for walking away. But right now, I'm just trying to figure out who I am without the person I once believed would always be beside me. So tell me, did I really overreact? Or was walking away the only thing I had left to do?